Good day children, Sairam. Welcome to the class of English New Voices. In today's class, we are going to continue with the textual exercises from lesson number 10, Pingu Pretends. Okay, so we are going to continue with the exercises that are there on page number 92 and 93 of your New Voices textbook. So children, be ready with your book. So this exercise is there on page number 92 of your textbook. Look at these words from the text. What do you think they are? Use a dictionary and match them with their descriptions. Okay, children, if it is not clear to you, you can open your textbook. Okay, and anyway, you have to do this exercise, so it's better if you open your textbook. So I will read the words given on the left hand side. So on the left hand side words are given, and on the right hand side the descriptions are given. So it is all jumbled up. You have to match the correct word with the correct description. Okay. So the words given are parakeet, parachute, pirate, petunia, park ranger, paddle boat, paratrooper and pelican. I repeat the words: parakeet, parachute, pirate, petunia, park ranger, paddle boat, paratrooper and pelican. And the descriptions given are: A kind of flower which is trumpet shaped. B, a person who takes care of and maintain a forest reserve. C, a kind of small parrot with a long tail. D, a kind of boat that moves forward with the help of pedal wheels. E, a large cloth balloon that is used to land safely when one jumps off from a height. F, a large water bird which stores food in a deep bag of skin under the beak. Children, I have already shown the image of this description to you. Okay, I hope you remember. Next is G, a soldier who is trained to jump off a plane using a parachute. And H, a person who attacks and robs sailors while at sea. Okay, so first one is parakeet. Yes, which description will match the word parakeet? Yes, C, a kind of small parrot with a long tail. Okay, a kind of small parrot with a long tail. Okay, a kind of small parrot with a long tail. Second one, parachute. Parachute. Yes, a large cloth balloon that is used to land safely when one jumps off from a height. That is E. E. Okay, a large cloth balloon that is used to land safely when one jumps off from a height. Next is pirate. Pirate. Yes, pirate is a person who attacks and robs sailor while at sea. That is H. Okay, H. Pirate is a person who attacks and robs sailor while at sea. Next is petunia. Yes, it is a kind of flower which is trumpet shaped. It is a kind of flower which is trumpet shaped. Next is park ranger. Yes, park ranger is a person who takes care of and maintains a forest reserve. That is B. Okay. Next is paddle boat. Paddle boat. Yes, it is a kind of boat that moves forward with the help of paddle wheels. D. Okay. D. Next is paratrooper. Yes. A paratrooper is a soldier who is trained to jump off a plane using a parachute. Paratrooper is a soldier who is trained to jump off a plane using a parachute. So G. Okay. Pelican. Yes, pelican is a large water bird which stores food in the deep bag of skin under the beak. A large water bird which stores food in a deep bag of skin under the beak. Okay. I repeat, parakeet, a kind of small parrot with a long tail. Parachute. Parachute is a large cloth balloon that is used to land safely when one jumps off from a height. Pirate is a person who attacks and robs sailors while at sea. Petunia is a kind of flower which is trumpet shaped. Park ranger is a person who takes care of and maintains a forest reserve. Paddle boat is a kind of boat that moves forward with the help of paddle wheels. Paratrooper is a soldier who is trained to jump off a plane using a parachute. And pelican is a large water bird which stores food in a deep bag of skin under the beak. Okay, I hope children everything is clear to you. Okay children, so now let us move on to the next page, that is page number 93 of your English New Voices textbook. Now this is the grammar part which we are going to do. So in the grammar we have already learnt what are verbs. Verbs are doing, words or action words, and they also tell us when the action is being done, whether it has been done in the past, whether it is going on in the present, or whether it will be done in the future. Okay, verbs are an important part of a sentence. A sentence cannot be complete without a verb, so every sentence will have a verb in it. Okay, so here this chart which is there in front of you, it has been divided into three parts. In the first part you can see the subject, then the verb and the examples. That is how you are going to use the verb with the given subject. Okay, so if the subject is I and you, the verb which we use will be without S. Okay, it will be play only. I play with the ball, you play with the ball. In the same way, if the subject given is in the plural form, like we and they, both are in the plural form. So when the noun or pronoun is in the plural form, we use the verb without S. So it will be we play with the ball, they play with the ball. Now if the subject given is in the singular form, like he, she, it, these are pronouns which are in the singular form. If the nouns or pronouns given are in the singular form, then we use verb with S. So he plays, she plays, it plays. So the example will be he plays with the ball, she plays with the ball, and it plays with the ball. Okay, so children, let us do the exercise so that you will be able to understand it in a better way. So choose the correct verbs to complete these sentences. So you can see the verbs are given with S and without S. Like first one is given, Bala dash the flute very well. Will it be play or plays? Here you can see the given noun is in singular form. When the noun is Bala and it refers to a single person. So when the noun is in singular form, the verb will be with S. Very good. So it is Bala plays the flute very well. Balak plays the flute very well. The next one, I dash my teeth twice a day. Will it be brush or brushes? Now here when I say I, it is in the singular form. But as I told you, the rule for I and you is different. The rule for I and you is different. For I and you, always the verb will be without S. So here, which will be the correct verb? I brush my teeth twice a day. Okay, very good. Children, remember, whenever the noun given is in the singular form, the verb will be with S. Okay, and whenever the noun or pronoun given is in the plural form, the verb used will be without S or ES. Okay, but always remember, for I and you, the rule is different. For I and you will always use verb without S. Okay, you dash your grandmother every week. See here, as I told you, for I and you, the rule is little different. Though I and you are singular form of noun or pronoun, the verb used will be without S. So you dash your grandmother every week. So will it be visit or visits? Yes, visit. Very good. You visit your grandmother every week. Next one. My parents dash for vegetables on weekends. Now when I say parents, it refers to father and mother. So they are two people. Okay. So here the noun is in plural form. So the verb will be without S. Yes, my parents shop for vegetables on weekends. Children, I hope you are understanding. Okay, and you are also writing. Okay, next. Prayag dash to Kerala every year. Here when I say Prayag, it is a single person. Here the noun is in singular form. So when the noun is in singular form, the verb will be with S or ES. Okay, so which will be the correct verb here? Goes. Very good. Prayag goes to Kerala every year. Next, Hana and Fiza dash fruits every day. Now here Hana and Fiza, I am talking about two people. Okay, so Hana and Fiza, when the noun is in plural form, the verb will be, yes, without S. So Hana and Fiza eat fruits every day. Hana and Fiza eat fruits every day. Next, seventh one. It dash every day in monsoon. Again, it is a singular form of pronoun. So when I say it is a singular form. So the verb will be with or without S? Yes, it will be with S. It rains every day in monsoon. It rains every day in monsoon. Next, the puppy dash milk. Now when I say puppy, it is a singular form of noun. Okay, so when the noun is in singular form, the verb will be, yes, with S. Okay, so the correct answer will be, the correct form of verb will be, the puppy drinks milk. The puppy drinks milk. So children, let us move on to the next exercise. Now we know what are verbs. Okay, now we are going to learn the ing form of verbs. Okay, now here you can see words like swimming, climbing, punching, flying, jumping, painting, pulling and pushing. Okay, the verbs given are swimming, climbing, punching, flying, jumping, painting, pulling and pushing. Okay, all these verbs are in ing form. Okay, but the base verb are, let us find out the base verb. Here the base verb is swim, climb, punch, fly, jump, paint, pull, okay, and push. It is not visible, children, but it is push. Okay, you can see in your textbook. Okay, so here the base verb is swim, climb, punch, fly, jump, paint, pull, and push. And when you add ing, it becomes ing form of verb, and swim will become swimming, climb, climbing, punch, punching, fly, flying, jump, jumping, paint, painting, pull, pulling, and push, pushing. Okay. So now let us solve a few more examples. Write the ing form of these verbs. First one is dance. Now when you add ing, there is a little bit of change in the spelling. You have to be very careful about that. Okay. Now dance. The word dance end with e. So when you are adding ing, you will drop e and add ing. So the spelling will be dancing, dancing. Okay, dance, dancing. Okay. Next, ride. Again, whenever a word is ending with e, you will drop e and add ing. Okay, whenever the word is ending with e, you will drop e and add ing. But it is not the same for all the words, children. Okay, remember that. Don't think that teacher has told ki if the word is ending with e, we have to drop it and write add ing. It is not the same for all the words. Okay, this rule is only for few words, not for all the words. Next is ride. Again we will drop e and add ing. So the ing form of ride will be riding, riding, riding. Third one, shop. So the ing form of shop is shopping. So now see what change you can see in the spelling. You are doubling the last letter of the word. So here we are writing p two times. So it is shopping, shopping. Okay, shopping, shopping. Next, change. Again change ends with e. You have to drop e and add ing. So changing, changing. Next, hug. Hugging. Again the last letter of the word is doubled. So hugging, hugging. And the last one is make. Again drop e and add ing. make, make, making. making, making. So dance, dancing, ride, riding, shop, shopping, change, changing, hug, hugging, make, making. Children, I hope this is clear with you. Okay, so children, with this we come to the end of today's class, and in the next class we will do the textual exercises of lesson number 12, a walk on the moon. Okay, till then, see you. Bye. Saira.